Some of my people, some of my homies, some of my friends. I'm gnarly about them. And these are gnarly times. Well, today I want to talk about my life and about sobriety. And right now I may not have no live viewers, but I just want to share my experience with how I got sober and what the chaos I was causing. Well, I'm 43 now, right? So I've been drinking I just going on 27 months sober or 28 months sober. And one way I got sober with the, when I moved from the Central Valley, Bakersfield, I relocated to the Central Coast, right? And everywhere is alcohol, breweries and microbreweries, and so a lot of it's easier to go to the store, spend a couple bucks, even if it's a naughty guys or naughty daddy, or get the little shots. I used to drink a lot of fireballs or little cheap drinks, and a lot of my money went to alcohol and beer, mainly IPAs, and just I waste a lot of money. And once you realize you're sober and you calculate all the money that you spent just drinking within a day to a week to a month, you see how much money you wasted and time. Because really, when you're drunk, you really don't get things accomplished as you wanted, like your goals. A lot of them are just your goals are stagnant as you start drinking. You rather drink sometimes. Well, when I started getting sober, I just went and I heard about a shot. I guess it's kind of things what heroin addicts take for the addiction, and it's called Vivitrol. Well, I started with the pills, and the pills really didn't work. So my wife, she would get on me, and we would get into it a lot. Now that I'm sober, I have a better relationship with my family. And which is the best part of my life now that I'm getting older and midlife. And well, I took a thing called Vivitrol, right? And they would send it on ice, so anybody needs you could also get it through Medi-Cal. But my wife had good insurance, so I was able to get it good. I got the best insurance. So those of you who can take advantage of that, or whatever opportunities you have to get sober, because there's only, like I said, there's only the bottom. You can't really. I've been in AA. I've probably been over 100 AA meetings. It got so crazy where my wife called the cops on me as I left my house and got me my DUI. Which when they put me on, they're like, "How much alcohol have you drank?" I go, when they pulled me over, all the ball, clink, clink, clink. And I told them not enough. And that's in the report. I've been out to this jail like 5 times just from drinking, public intox, drunk in public. Me and my wife get into the cops. Cops were called, and they would say, "Come on here, talk to me," and boom, you're in arrest. So it was like I wasted a lot of time and energy. But now I feel cherry. I feel better. I feel sober is just like the thing to be right now. Because I've done wasted a lot of time being selfish. So now I just focus on staying sober. Maybe I'll go attend some meetings and talk about give them my spiel. And they love to see they love to see me because I came from. I was made to go to classes, 30 of them. So I went to 30 of them. I started liking it, going back, because I had to get the past AA in order to finish all this problem to have with the cops, court. So as as you get sober and they talk about clarity, it's true. You know, it, I feel I have clarity that I feel I could conquer the world. And it's just unbelievable what's your mind. That's why they say the devil's here to steal, kill, and destroy. I believe that's what it is. Alcohol, part of the devil's plan, keep everybody drunk. So when it comes, it takes advantage of your family and your all your possessions. Yeah, that's what I think. Math too, gets everybody turned out to just do some of the most wickedest, perverted stuff. But I mainly was drawn to alcohol because I felt that was more numbing than all the other stuff. And that's and it took me to the extreme to hit rock bottom. I didn't quit after my first AA classes. You know, although they helped me out a lot because when I got problems, I'll go and talk about my problems over there and just deal with my little issues, my emotional issues, and the problems why I've drank because it's harder to deal with your problems when you're sober. I used to drink and suppress them. Think about family, past, grandparents, or my pop, or people you lost, like people you left behind. So I don't know what I think those are probably why I'm still trying to understand and comprehend it. As I get older, I just have all these questions and think that think different. They say, "Oh, I'm only gonna think the same," but nah, you think different as you get older. You feel you get wiser and more mature. You should be getting mature. And you want to be a better example. And you ask yourself, why weren't they a good example for me? At least my parents' generation, my grandparents' generation was a good example because they worked hard. You know, and they proved that you could get somewhere being poor to gaining property or whatever you need as long as you work hard. You know, and that's why my parents' generation seemed like a lot of them took advantage of them. Because they worked hard. They weren't always home. Then us, the Generation X or the gangbanging gen. I don't know, but it's just real hard. But what I found to be the solution helped me uh, get sober was that shot. I would get it delivered to my house once a month, beginning of the month. I'd have my father-in-law, who was a nurse, to give me the shot in the hip. You know, right here on the and on your cheeky part, your butt cheek and hip right there. So, and then you cannot refuse the, uh, you have no pill to take because a lot of times you can refuse to take a pill and you still drink. You take the pills to help you get sober because I just dodged the pill. But like that, I faked it because I want to drink that day. So my wife be like, take it, and I'd be like, oh, I took it, but then I'd be drunk. So she didn't believe me. So now I just think it's just way better. People need to try it. It's called Vivitrol. It'll help you out if you really got a problem issue. You think not to get help, try that. Give it a shot, not for yourself. Do it for your family. You done causing enough chaos because that's what alcohol does, causes chaos. And just being right here, these AAs, I've learned to I met a lot of people, heard a lot of stories, and I've met over like 2 people who died that I got contact numbers, reached out to me, said they would talk to me if I had problems. You know, so one, and then you see the crazy story where they're just crazy total alcoholics, and now they progressed into sobriety and been sober for like me, and it's crazy. People trip. The old timers see me, they go, "Wow, you're sober," but and they love to see the young guys. And a lot of us too got young problems. Even the younger generation, the 20s and 30s, because them guys already been on drugs for years. It's like they're raised up in that. But I'm Gnarly Vato, and if I could help someone out there with this live with no viewers, I feel I've done my job. to help someone try to stay sober for themselves and their family. And if you got kids, do it for your kids, because this affects your kids worse, you know. We need to be there. We need to be sober, vigilant. For the lion, the devil's like a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour, you know. So, sobriety is a hard fought battle. That's why we gotta, like, stay, do something you like. You like fishing, you know, that'll help you stay sober. Start getting to fishing, going places, you know, especially when you're drinking, you know, you never really got the risk of drinking and driving. You know, there's years I went like 10 years drinking and driving with no license all over the valley. You know, that's because I just didn't care. Selfish. Didn't care about the other people on the road. You know, I'm like, dude, F them. I'd rather drink a cold one. You know, because that's what it is. Alcohol and drugs, it leads us to selfishness. You know, even with my dad, my dad been addicted to meth for like, when it was called crank. You know, and it's like, man, come on, dude. 30 years, get off that shit already. Yeah, so that's how I feel too. Like, I need to get off, I had to get off alcohol. And like I was saying, I want to repeat it again because it's like a miracle drug. It's called Vivitrol. You know, it helped me get sober after like 20 years of abusing alcohol and abusing my relationship and my kids, you know, because we mentally abuse them. Oh, like, Dad's home, get drunk, or like, Dad, hey, can you take me somewhere? You can take me to the party? Like, yeah. And then you go pass out. You know, we wasted a lot of time. I have neglected my kids because I could have, my oldest daughter, I could have done a lot more, you know, than I did. I have. She grew up with me. You know what I mean? So she's seen a lot of stuff that I've done. So she sees me now. She's proud of me, and I'm proud of myself too. I'm like, I wish I would have learned earlier. You know, a lot of us we're too prideful to admit that we're wrong, and you know that's what. And all the people we affected, you know. And how many people have you hurted? A lot, I bet. You know, so we need to sober up. Even all the people that are on meth. How many? Everybody's family being affected with that, you know. So it's like, what do? Just go do a sack with them. Go down to the river in Porterville, like, hey, I go get tweaked out, roll around like a little river rat. You know, like, come on, man. We got to think about our future, our family. Our family members didn't make it this far. Go through all the stuff, all the hardships and struggles for us to get all spun out, sleep in a tent. You know what I mean? It's just insane that how much we throw our lives away and risk our freedom for what? You know, Southern gang members. You know, when I was well, I knew a few. You know, from the camp, Campo Locos, and I knew some fool named Luis. You know, they're it's when I was younger in junior high, in high school. But after that, I never really functioned with them because, you know, everybody had to draw a line, choose a side. You know how it is, bad shit. But I appreciate that. But yeah, you know, I'm just trying to talk about sobriety right now. Focus on that in a minute because everybody's all tweaked out. That's what's crazy too. Even when everybody all tweaked out, that brought a lot of fools from north to south together because, you know, fools will wheel and deal with each other. But I like when I was out there posting, everybody I knew would be like, hey, can I come pick up my wife? We used to work all the time, you know? And there's times I wasn't working or I'd be on that, whatever it was. So they'd be like, hey, can I do some at your pad? I'd be like, man, hurry up, you know? Or they'll bring a beer by, like, hey, check it out. I'll bring a beer by, let me do this. And, you know, when you're an alcoholic, you're like, bring it, you know? But addiction is crazy, man. I tell you, I've been at it for years, over 20 years drinking, and just got crazy. I had like five times I went to this county jail. Just here in my late 30s and 40s, dude. Just insane, you know? And I just want to say we need to get control of our bad habits, you know, our addictions, man. And put that energy somewhere else, you know? I like right now, I'd be making a bunch of little things for, you know, for the ladies or buy something. I'll be like, hey, buy this for your lady. Oh, you don't got no lady? Blah, my bad. You know, but buy it for your man, whoever. You know, I make little things like this. And try to, you know, I don't even try to make money. I just make it because it helps me. Instead of thinking about, because I used to be, when you drink a lot or do drugs, I think you get obsessive, you know, and there's not a, all over Tulare County, I used to know every cold store about with ice, because only Tulare County has ice cold beers. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been all over Tulare County. I hit all these stores, dude, with ice cold beers. Then I hit Kern County. I knew Kern County. You know, I've been all over San Luis County. You know what I'm saying? Just Kings County. I know a lot of these back roads, and I used to always hit these stores. You know, and that's why I used to wake up in the morning, not even think about, you know, I'm like, man, first time you go get a beer. Right before work, you know, I got bad like that. At least one to hold me off till lunch. You know what I'm saying? And, like, come on, man. The thing's sneaking around, you know. I sneak around a lot and just come out here in my garage, post up and drink and then act like I didn't drink, you know, and lie. And come on, man, we need to be honest with ourselves, you know? Because a lot of us got problems, and, you know, we don't like to talk about them, our issues. You know, and that's even like, I go to this part, I go to this church, right? Because, you know, I'm trying to get right with the one above and, or do what I'm trying to be a better example than the people I knew. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take the good and leave the bad. So I took the good things from my pops, and, you know, and he's just leave the bad stuff he does, you know, and that's why I don't want to be like that, addicted to meth. Be like, oh, your dad's a tweaker. You know, okay, your dad's a drinker, but, you know, it's like, what do you do? You know, you got to be drawn to something. You know, some people are addicted to sex. You know, I met this dude. That's why I've been talking to a lot of dudes lately, and they're at the parking lot security, right, for a church. So there's like 50 guys, so I mean all these different guys, and a lot of them have, you know, one guy, he's from out farther down south, and he said he grew up in gangs, drugs, mom, dad, all this violence, and he said he went to the military to get away from that, came back, still the same crap going on where he lives. He's like, man, he got involved in that, he got tired of his life, he was going to end his life, you know, in 2016, he said. And then he met this woman, and he said right when he met her, he's like, you know what, I'm going to just tell you all my problems. Told her all her problems, all his problems, and she's like, what, okay. You know, she accepted him, took him to church, you know, and now he's married her, you know, like got a whole family, his whole life changed, you know, and he was talking about it, you know, like how he should be talking to people. He should have tried to talk to people, and he said PTSD, you know. Another guy, like I was saying, he had a sex addiction. He would drive from Madera to Fresno, you know, and he would have unprotected sex, he said, like once a day for months, you know. And he said he finally came and said, God help me. And he went, and he said he went to get tested, and he said by the grace of God, he has no disease. And I told him, what, you gonna go out there and do it again? He's like, no. You know, but that's what he was saying. A lot of, and we don't know what everybody's addiction is, you know what I mean? Mine's alcohol. That's what I look forward to that. You know? I hungered for it. I lusted for it. I dreamed of it, you know? And we gotta focus somewhere else. We gotta, and I've learned that now, because I did that Vivitrol for a year to get me sober once a month in my hip. It came to my house on ice. And then the last year or so longer, I've done it on my own. Just willpower, and I don't want to go back to uh, the old Tony Montana. Didn't care. Like, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling last time, and I'd be saying that in the AA, but like the only one that could stop me is the cops. The old ladies, no one could stop me when I was drinking. I feared to even see that guy again, the old me, because I had lawless, But I just want to thank everybody for being here and appreciate my message, because it's been a hard-fought battle over the years, and it just picked up and accelerated the last 5 years or so, which just put me I was drinking like, I don't know, at least 6 or more tall boys a day. IPAs like Sierra Nevadas, I drink about 3 little guys. And Sierra Nevadas were the potentest ones. But then if I didn't have money, I'd go even buy naughty ice. You know what I'm saying? I never drank malt liquor because I couldn't stand that, but I had to do what I had to do to get drunk. I never had the shakes, but because I always drink water and beer and water. Because I did metal steel buildings. It's hot in the valley, and metal roofs. So we're always sweating. You need the water. Like there's times where I even passed out. In Arizona, I passed out drinking because I had to drink water. Boom. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm glad I'm sober, and me being sober set an example for my brother, my little brother. Now he's going on a year sober, and now his mind is just like, because he's been on drugs. He's 33, and he's been on drugs for years since he was like 14, maybe. I don't know how long, but it's like now he's 33, and now he don't do nothing, and his thinking is just, he thinks he can conquer the world. It's just insane. And that's why I wish and hope for my cousins and people I know that's been abusing alcohol, because them too, they abuse that because they're been affected somewhere. We find we need that to numb our pain and our emotions. So that's why the only way I deal with my things is to stay productive. I made this just a little, nothing crazy, just to little succulent in there. You need water for those who kill plants, like I do. Proper box, whatever I make, just random stuff. I make a lot of stuff out of wood, metal. Just bring it, I'll make it. And it's like, but I just want to say, those who out there having addiction, man, come on, bro, it's time. Or come on, homegirl, come on, homies, let's get sober. We need to stop all the okay. I can't drink because the way it affects me. Because I'll drink till I'm broke, or I'll drink till the beer's done, or I'll drink till I pass out. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't understand how long I've been, how I made it this far. Because the craziness. I used to drive from Porterville to Kalinga, working, and driving all the way back drinking. I had a coworker die, got killed by the Kansas Road by Stratford. So it's like, come on, man, we're affecting our lives and our families and wasting away our valuable days, Even with yesterday we got a message, right? This dude, I met him twice, and this fool posted saying, the day before yesterday, he posted at 9 o'clock yesterday, they were going to turn off his heart. I guess we still don't know the whole scoop, but he had a thing on his wrist and a whole message, and they're gonna turn off his heart, give him morphine until he died. So you're like, man, How precious is life right now? Look at that guy. Look at where he was going. Who knows where he's going? Who knows if he was right with Jesus? You know? We need to get right with our Maker, whoever you believe in. Believe in something that, just don't believe in that alcohol and drugs, man, because they ain't going to get you nowhere in life. You know, I've done see it. You see, look, all you guys see it. Go to your local store, your 7-Eleven, Circle K. You know, but I just highly recommend, man. Do it for our what's called our family. You know, at least for our elders, because they want to see you before you what's called you. You know, they pass, man. My grandma passed away. My dad tweaking. He's like, oh, she dies. Then I'll sober up. Like, bro, why don't you just why don't you be sober before she died? You know what I mean? And then do a dope after. But it's like, wait, don't get me wrong. It's a nice little time, you know. But it's like, it's a waste of time, man. You need to be productive. Do something. I know I ain't working right now. I might have pulled some weeds earlier, but now they say, hey, how's it going? What you like? I'll be like, cherry, bro. I can't complain. Maybe by my old lady. Nah, but you know, I just want to put that message out there and talk about sobriety and all the problems I had. And I got more stories to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been in the police car when it's 116 degrees. You know, and then I'd be sweating. Sheesh. It was off the hook. But being in a drunk tank with like 20 dudes, it's about 10 feet wide. But anyways, you know, like, we gotta preserve our lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Think about how hard we've been rode. Rode hard and put away wet. You know, it's like, man, come on, bro. Let's do it. Let's do these. Let's conquer this. Let's do this. Come on, we can. Who knows what we could do or what you could do? Sober, bro. Come on, let's get at this. Let's do this. But anyways, I'm Gnarly Vato, and I just want to tell you, stay sober, get sober. You know, one day at a time, they say, and it is, man. Keep them thoughts away. You know, it's been. I had them obsession, but obsession about something else. Fishing, go kayaking. I got some kayaks. It's awesome. Go kayaking. You know, go hiking. Go do what you gotta do, man. Just stay away from drugs. Stay sober. Well, I'm Gnarly Vato, and take care. Stay gnarly. Have a good one.